Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to be teaching you all about sleep and the spiritual meaning of sleep. Disclaimer, this is not a physical video. I don't teach physical anything for the purpose of being at the top of the algorithm. I teach spiritual information for you guys to learn from. Now, with the disclaimers out of the way, let's talk about sleep and how you can tap into some of your biggest spiritual powers while you sleep. And I'm going to give you some exercises. I'm going to teach you how to manifest anything. And let's get this started. So, when it comes to sleep, you have to understand when you fall asleep, you're leaving your body. So, it's not necessarily astral travel, although it can be at the same time. I just caught on to something that my angel said, because when I wake up, I do my prayers, and my angel says, welcome. And I'm like, what do you mean welcome? And he's been saying that for a long time now, but he never really explained it. I never really asked too much about it. And then today, it just clicked to me. I'm like, he's basically saying welcome back. And I'm like, that hit completely different. That hit completely different. He never filled me in about the rest of it. I guess he just let me figure it out, but it hit completely different. Like, welcome back. And it made sense because we're out doing things when we travel around, when we astral travel. I mean, even because sleep is a form of astral travel, but your silver cord, you're walking around, you're doing stuff, you're learning lessons. Most of the time, you don't fully remember everything from your dreams and sleep because sometimes it's nonsensical. Sometimes you have to work with more crystals. Sometimes you should do more recall work. And I'll teach more about that soon, but when you fall asleep, so much happens. So much goes on. So much occurs. There's different kind of dreams. Let's talk about dream interpretations right now. I highly suggest you guys don't ask too many people about dream interpretations. If you're just flat out stuck on dream interpretations, your guides will potentially remove your ability to have dreams. They do this because they would not give you a dream that they would not teach you any kind of dream that you wouldn't be able to interpret yourself. So if you're always asking, and some people don't really notice this because your guides didn't really make much of a big deal about it, but for the people who used to have a whole bunch of dreams and you were always asking, what does this dream mean? What does this dream mean? What does this dream mean? And dreams have a long history of bothering people, especially let's relate this to Genesis, because Pharaoh in Genesis had he had dreams, not many dreams. He had a couple of dreams that really bothered him, that was kind of prophetic, that God sent him himself. And his the best readers in the region couldn't figure out what the dreams meant, and it bothered him so much to the point where he had to get extra help. So I'm gonna have you guys read Genesis because I'm just using it as a very brief example, but even the Bible talks about dream interpretations and later in Genesis. So let's talk about your dream meanings, because a lot of people will flip out when it comes to dream meanings. So it's understandable. Sometimes your guides intend for you to get a little concerned just so you know what's going on. So they'll send you a dream with, like, you'll see snakes and it'll freak you out and you'll wake up and you'll just remember the dream of snakes. It's like, why do I remember that so clearly? It's because your guides knew you'd feel bad about it. So they're going to send it to you just so you Google the meaning, and you'll find out it means someone's doing something bad behind your back, backstabbing you, etc. If you see one big snake or a large snake, then guess what? It means you have enormous help coming. Because the very big snakes are associated with something very big as a blessing. And it's associated with new life as well. But small snakes are backstabbers and people doing you wrong behind your back. But that's one thing you should know is it's your guides heavily control your dreams. Most importantly, it's the Most High God. And then he allows your guides to send you certain dreams. God is the reason you remember or don't remember your dreams. People are like, well, no, I'm going to talk to my guides and not talk to God. If God doesn't want you talking to your guides, you'll have zero connection with your guides. The glory goes to the Most High. So A lot of people who get stuck up with their spirituality are like, I don't have to talk to God. Ooh, and like, well, we are our own gods. And those people lose all their gifts and they don't even realize it. Essentially, the guides will step back and be like, well, okay, let this person learn on their own. And those kind of people sometimes do, but normally don't. Now, or it takes years for them to learn, years. But let's talk about dream interpretations and when it means you can't figure out. Like, let's just say you can't even, you don't know what your dreams mean if you tried. It's the first thing that pops in your mind. That's it. So I'm gonna ask you guys right now, what is the last dream that you had that you couldn't interpret it? And you're like, well, I saw a dream of meadows and flowers, and I was plucking the flowers, and I couldn't figure out what it meant. What does it mean? Just spit it out. Just make something up. Just make it up. Just make it up. Don't think about it. Don't use your logic. Just make it up. Oh, well. The meadow and the flowers has to do with new beginnings and picking fresh starts. You just interpreted your own dream, but you overthought about it. So when it comes to dream interpretation, just make something up, and the first thing you make up is correct, but as long as it's on logic. I mean, not on. Just don't be foolish about it. Just don't be like, well, this means that. No, just go with your intuition. Okay. If you have too many dreams to the point where you can't figure them out, or you flip out over your dreams, or your dreams seem to ruin your day, because some people will have a dream and they're like, ruin my day. Yeah. My impression on people flipping out about their dreams, but it will really bother people, and people's angels will see that and be like, oh, this dream, like, really, it was supposed to be a good dream, but it just ruined their day. How about we just take away this person's ability to dream and remember dreams? Now, that's that. What does it mean with dreams? Okay, so what do dreams exactly mean? What's happening when you dream? A large layer of things. So there's subconscious. You're diving into the subconscious. You're diving into, because a dream could be a billion different things. It could be the alternate realities. You're actually seeing the future, or a future, not the future, a future, because things can change. You're seeing a prophecy that's set to change. You're seeing what else could it be? A whole bunch of, you sometimes in your dreams you're actually moving around outside your body. So you ever have a dream where you show up in someone's house and you see them all talking, you're just like, hey, I'm here. Well, not in the physical form. So sometimes, I mean, and this is where that gets kind of interesting, is you can control that with help from the Most High. So let's just say you want to catch your enemies gossiping. Well, you'll take a tea of like Brahmi, which I just talked about, and you'll fall asleep, and you'll wake up into the dream realm. Or you can take mugwort and wormwood, work with crystals such as lapis lazuli and amethyst. Atacamite's the best third eye opening crystal. You can work with clear quartz for clear dreams as well. You ever have a dream that it's so clear and it's so strong, and you're like, oh, the dream was so clear, I could see so perfectly in the dream? It's because it was crystal clear. Clear quartz is good for crystal clear dreams. But if you can't remember your dreams, work with lapis lazuli, amethyst, drink a tea of wormwood or a tincture of wormwood, and you're gonna remember all these different dreams, and they're gonna be intense. Let's talk about some dreams. Some subconscious dreams, and I'm thinking about this right now. So if you eat dark chocolate before you go to bed, or anything spicy, like really spicy before you go to bed, you're going to some not fun aspects of the shadow realm or the subconscious. So you'll have these crazy dreams that won't make sense because they're subconscious. Spices, like spicy foods, and dark chocolate will take you to what I call the shadow realm. It'll have you having the worst fears ever, just so you go through it in your dream and you'll wake up like, what was all these nightmares for? It's because those were your fears, and it unrooted deep fears. So you can do this if you, I mean, I wouldn't suggest it, because dark chocolate keeps you up. You're not even supposed to eat before you fall asleep, but a couple hours before you fall asleep, dark chocolate, small bit, not a lot. You can also, if you can't remember your dreams at all, make sure you're asking the Most High God. You will not go around God. God is God. He controls. Everything starts with God and everything ends with God. For people who I've seen who've lost all their dreams, the first thing that they needed to do, I'm not going to say all, for some people, all they needed to do is start talking to God and asking him for permission. When you ask God for permission to remember your dreams, he's God. He can literally hit a button that makes you remember your dreams. If You ask God to remember your dreams and you're still not remembering them, well, it's not like he put crystals and herbs on the entire planet for us to put together and use for ourselves to access certain pathways of our higher minds, right? So that's that too. So in dreams, it could be a journey, it could be subconscious, it could be you doing some kind of shadow work. So what about the nonsensical dreams? Usually the subconscious. Let's talk about animals in dreams. So you'll have to, that's one thing I'd Google. Just Google the spirit animal meaning of this. So for example, if you're seeing bears, and just ask, when you first wake up from the dream, ask yourself, do I have a good feeling about this dream or a bad feeling? You'll immediately have one of the two. So it could be like you had a dream a bear was following you. It's like, is that a good feeling or a bad feeling? Well, it felt good because the bear was nice and it was kind of sweet. Versus, okay, this bear was angry. What feeling was it? But when it comes to that, start thinking about your dreams. So I'm actually not gonna assign any meanings to dreams. Sometimes you guys can actually do that. So write down in a journal, okay, a dream. You can do this with your guides. For example, if you see a ladybug in a dream, you can write it down in a journal and say, okay, when my guides want me to play the lottery, have me dream about a ladybug. That's a gem that I just dropped in this video. That's actually how you can get very lucky. So when you have a dream of a ladybug with this many spots or whatever, they're telling you play the lottery because you're going to be a lot more lucky, or you might just win. That's actually how people have won in the past. Ho, 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 ho. Give it a shot. Dreams of numbers. You'll have winning numbers in dreams if you're meant to. It just depends on your astrological chart. So, and why is it so easy for some people to just win the lottery multiple times in a row? It's in their astrological chart. It's literally, they're programmed to win. Can you program yourself to win? Yes, with time and practice and patience. Now, let's talk about, and yeah, there's like a whole house of inheritance, whatever, because everyone has a different name of it, like path of inheritance in people's astrological charts. Okay, what about alternate timelines? You'll see alternate timelines in dreams. You'll see an entire route of your lifetime where you're doing something else. It's because that was an actual reality. So let's just say you were afraid to go to school or to not go to school, because this one pops up. The dreams of school pop up very, very often. So let's just say you had a dream of like you not finishing school and something else happened, or you missed a class. What about a dream of missing a class? Because this happens very often. It means some of the, and this is very interesting, some of the curriculum or some of the schedule is like kind of rooted as a trauma of you feeling like you have a fear of failing. That's that, because I know that happens a lot to students when they graduate. What about dreams of, I mean, like I said, ask your guides. I'm not going to tell you what all your dreams mean. When you sleep, a whole bunch of subconscious stuff will come up, and then occasionally you'll go on a journey. And let's just say some of your subconscious dreams are actually journeys. This is a little secret as well. Let's just say, and for example, you went to Hawaii in a dream, and you're like, well, I went to Hawaii. What does that mean? You were actually in Hawaii. You were actually in Hawaii. Like your guides, your angels took you there to learn something. Maybe to learn from the people. Maybe to learn from the land. Maybe to learn from patterns of just different thought patterns, etc. Just the way that people live. So let's just say you had a dream of a very cold place. Maybe they're trying to teach you about different ways that you can cool down. Maybe they're trying to cool your astral form off. It just depends, because a million different things can happen when you dream. Your guides will tell you, I mean, your angels specifically, I don't work with spirits, but your angels in particular, when you wake up, oh, let's talk about when you see ancestors. Depends. It depends. Because sometimes people have, if you have a visit from an ancestor after they pass, it's because they're saying hi and they're visiting you. What if your ancestors don't even visit you after they die? What does it mean? They're probably having a very good time in heaven. And, or it could mean they could need more elevation if they didn't go to heaven. Not everyone's going to heaven, spoiler, but Depends how that person went, etc. If they were a person of God in life, then it just depends, because sometimes they're not allowed to show you a vision. Sometimes they're not allowed to introduce themselves to you. Sometimes they do introduce themselves to you, but you just don't remember it. And you're like, why they never visit me? You didn't remember the dream. So most of the time when the angel of abundance visits people in dreams, no one remembers her or him, because, I mean, let's talk about that in a future video. All the angels are technically male, but they have some of them have very feminine aspects. They're all brothers. Some of them are so feminine to the point where their energy is perceived as a her, but they're not humans. So that's a completely different. That's why you'll see Archangel Raphael statues as females or Gabriel statues as females. It's the divine feminine aspect of that angel. If you're trying to make an angel a man or a woman, that's beyond their energy. They're not humans. So technically they're all brothers, but they can be hers as well. Okay, that's a future video topic. It's not important. The details don't matter. They're beings of light, beings of God, and they will help you remember your dreams only if you're talking to the Most High God. You'll see them. You might not always see them on your journey. Sometimes you will, but dreams are very interesting. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Oh, check out FloridaStoneman.com as well.